It's showtime. Guess I got to press that button twice on the StreamYard side of things, like I'm pointing over here, like you can see it, but that's what happens. It says go live, and then it says, are you sure you want to go live? So that is awesome. We're live again. Welcome to Marketing Made Easy. I am Joey Ragona, and I've got my good friend in the green room waiting to pop in. He is eager to go today. I promise you it's going to be another epic episode. We're going to be talking about marketing, and you're going to love this one because we are going to start off talking about attention, and that is one of the biggest things that everybody needs to have. But hey, what happens after that? So let me bring in my buddy Scott in the green room. There he is, my man, Scott, in the place to be.
Smooth, man. That was smooth. Like you had rehearsed it all day.
I try, man.
Slid me in.
I try.
Stop right here. We hit perfection.
That's it. You know the episode, like I keep telling you, with George Costanza when he's out on a big note. And as soon as you get to the high, he's like, "See you later." That's it. That's the end of the show. Thank you very much. See you later. Thanks everybody for being here live. I see some live peeps in the house already. Thank you so much for being here. Let us know that you're here, and let StreamYard know. There's a little link at the top of this or the bottom of this thingy, wherever you're watching, to give StreamYard your name so we can see it if you make a comment. And we'd love for you to make a comment and ask us some questions about marketing or whatever it is you want to talk about, because we're pretty good at adapting to anybody's situation. And it's almost like that Ask Me Anything here. Petra, good to see you. I can see your name and I can see your initials. Yes, I can. Camilla, I can see you. Thank you so much for doing that. There we go. I can bring you on screen over here. I'm just wondering if it doesn't work on the other side. It is on the StreamYard. I just want to make sure, because I'm going through Ecamm going into StreamYard. And Camilla is here. Good to see you from Sweden. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here live. And thank you for the love. Thank you for the thumbs up. That'd be awesome. Philip in the place to be. Nice to see you, my friend. Camilla is probably in another group. Like, remember, we're broadcasting in three different places. So
that's it, Joey.
That's it. This one, I don't know who it is. It's on the. This one, the hi guys. I don't know who that is, because you didn't give StreamYard the permission, so I don't see who it is. But hi, back to you.
I think that's Monica.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, you have to give permission every single time. Yeah, I don't know why you have to do that, but it's.
JT Nels is in the house.
No way. Oh, that's who it is. JT, man, you got to give us permission to broadcast your name so we can put it out all over the world, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Nice to see you, my friend. Can't hear Scott Vogel. It's Monica. I thought I did give permission. No, you got to click that little link in the description of this. Unless you did, and maybe it's the technological thingies from the StreamYards. But hey, my man Scott. Okay, so what we're talking about today is attention-getting thingies from the marketers. That's the official name of this broadcast. Attention-getting thingies. So really, yeah, make sure you write that down, because we don't want to miss that up. Like, I've worked all day on that title. Okay. And so here's the thing. Scott, you're somewhat half muted, they're saying. So I don't know, is your microphone far away from you?
No, you've been hearing me the whole time. We've been chatting now for what, 34 minutes.
Okay, there you go. No sound on Scott. I don't know. I hear him. That's weird. I hear him.
Somewhat half muted. I don't know. When you get closer.
Yeah, I hear him. Okay.
Right?
I hear you good here. Oh, and let me just see if I can't hear Scott. Really? That's so weird, man. You know what? I'm going to turn you up a little bit on. Maybe it's because of the Ecamm side.
JT just like that he can't hear me either. That's weird, Joey, because we've not. It looks like you just increased my volume.
I did.
I'm using my default microphone, so that's all good.
So I just turned up your volume on the Ecamm side to bring you in.
So JT says, still, I don't exist.
Well, that's not good.
No, that's not good at all, Joey.
Huh. All right. You know what we're going to do? I wonder. No, Scott. All right. Let me bring him in on StreamYard. That's weird. Okay, so what I'll do, Scott, is let me invite you into StreamYard and see if that'll help. And then I don't even know. I've never done this before, but let me just see here if this is gonna.
It was so smooth and going so well,
It
Joey.
was going so well. Hey. All right. See if you
You
can.
want me to shut this one down?
Yeah, shut that one down. I don't even know if I can shut it down. Yeah. Let's bring you in. It's like the volume is the lowest, hard to hear him. Okay, no problem. I'll bring him in here. All right. Try it again, Scott.
I am back, Joey, and I guess I'm in here now in Duckland. So,
all right, guys, can you let us know if you can hear Scott now? It's like the volume is lowest, hard to hear him. It's so good. Let me bring him in. Let one of you let me know if you can hear Scott a little bit better now.
nobody.
Yay!
Yay! In. Okay.
We fixed it.
Lots of yays. Okay. So tonight, Joey, we're talking about attention and how marketers strive to get it and then what to do about it afterward. Boom, we've got me. Yay, I'm here. Thank God. I thought I'd go through my life being mute, and then it would be a moot point that I was mute because
there you go, man. There you go. You gotta have this technological background in order to bring things in and make it all work together. That's what we're all about here. We fix things on the fly. Hey, dude, there you go. There's a tagline for us. Marketing. We fix things on the fly.
That's marketing. We fix things on the. We actually, that would be that'd be good for a program. We fix things on the fly because that's what we do.
Exactly. We just give us the problem. We'll fix it right now.
Show up, give us a problem, show us your copy, show us your stuff, show us your website, your landing pages, things, and we fix it on the spot.
Yep. No waiting, no loopholes.
With attention-getting thingies, we do it with, though.
We do. So let's talk about attention-getting thingies. What are we talking about? The attention-getting. So here's where my mind is with this, and we'll just go with whatever happens. It's that marketers, like, the first thing we need to do is get attention, right, into the marketplace.
Yeah.
But what happens is I find that once marketers get the attention, they don't know what to do with it afterwards, or they do a lot of things wrong after the fact of getting the attention. So in other words, they know how to get attention, but they don't know how to keep attention. And that's kind of where my whole mind is at with this. So I'll let you, what are your thoughts about the whole attention grabbing marketing stuff that's out there, and maybe how you do it, or any thoughts around this?
Yes.
I know. Yes.
Okay.
Could you elaborate?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're
Next
welcome.
question.
Next question. Moving on. B. So, okay. Obviously, with email, we're talking about a subject line, and we got to write a great subject line. If it's a piece of copy, if it's a sales letter, if it's a VSL, it's the first thing they see to grab their attention. I like to equate it to if I walked into a room and there were a whole bunch of people there and I screamed at the top of my lungs, I would get everybody's attention. It's what comes after that
Right.
I have to do. And the challenge is, and let's just go back to the AIDA formula. It's the basic one that we learned probably first forever ago. Attention, interest, desire, action. You got to get their attention first. Once you get their attention, you have to get them interested in what you're about to say. And then you got to create desire and then get them to act. There's the simple formula. So it's pretty easy to get people's attention.
Right.
Subject line.
Right.
It's the problem, the pain, the fear, the solution, the benefit, the ultimate result, whatever it is that your audience wants. The problem after that is, what do you do next? And it really is as simple as generating that interest. And how do you do that? By talking about them, what's going on in their lives, meeting them where they're at, which, Joey, you like to say a lot, is talking about their situation and empathizing with them and creating that bond of some kind that they say, I'm in the right place. This is cool. So then you start to create the desire after that. The
Right.
challenge is, I believe that so much gets complicated. It's confusing. It talks about I. You talk about, the wee and, the I wee. It's one of the biggest mistakes people make is we go through copy and say, how many times is I or we in there and how do I get rid of it and turn it around so that it's about you? Again, that old adage of WIIFM, what's in it for me, that's all anybody cares about. They don't care about my stuff and our things. It's like you posted something today in the group that said people don't care what you do. They only care about what it empowers them to do, how it makes their lives better, which is the whole benefit piece. So if we start out with a great headline, with a great grabber or whatever it is that gets them to, you got to slap them upside the head and say, stop what you're doing. What I got's important for you. But then you've got to create the interest before you elicit the desire and then get them to act. It's the simplest formula. Yeah, there's 18 steps and 21 steps and this many steps and that many steps. But at the end of it, it's like anything. If you are out somewhere in a club, let's use the club. That's a good example that we could use. Let's say you walked into a club and there was an attractive person that you wanted to get their attention. You'd walk up to them and you'd try and come up with something interesting, whether it was asking them to dance or something about them. And then to create interest, if you started talking about yourself, they'd be like, another boring jerk. If you started to find out more about them and what they were interested in and what made them tick, now all of a sudden they're going to kind of open up a little bit. And I think that's what we need to be doing. You and I were talking earlier, and a friend of mine asked me to take a look at some copy that somebody wrote. And this copy was written to a big organization wanting to get them to make a purchase. And it started out with a very long, boring, drawn-out paragraph that I believe anybody would look at it and say, I'm done. I'm out of here.
Right.
Ned has said, what if people want to know how you did something?
How you did something? Yeah, so that's an answer. You answered, obviously. If somebody is asking you about what it is that you're doing, that's an interest. They're interested in what you're doing, but it's always spun towards helping them, right?
Well, basically, in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to show you how you can rank a video #1 on YouTube. I just told you how I'm going to show you how I did something to help you rank a video #1 on YouTube, because you want to rank a video #1 on YouTube.
Yeah.
In there, I said, in the next 3 minutes, you're going to discover how to rank a video on YouTube in under 3 minutes. And so I'm going to show you how it was done, if that makes sense to know.
Yeah. And so I wanted to point out that, when they're looking at, I put the attention, interest, desire, action on the screen. And I wanted to point out one of the reasons why I brought this topic up is that marketers today, they, like you said, it's easy to get attention. You can even buy attention. It's very easy to do, right? And what they do is they skip the interest and they skip the desire and they go right to action. They want, hey, I got your attention. I bought this Facebook ad, and then I want you to go buy my stuff over here, right? They skip the entire thing. And that's what at least where I was going with this conversation, is to really put this in front of our tribe to point out that, yes, there's a place where you could sell something and when it's to sell, but there's a lot of stuff that's out there that's totally wrong in my view of it, where if someone is coming in with your gift, that you've given them something for free, and instead of putting them through this hardcore sales thingy, you increase their interest. Like, they've already put their hand up and said, I'm interested in what this thing is. And then all of a sudden we hit them with, hey, I just gave you this brand new thing for free, or this checklist, or this free video, or whatever. But now I need you to go buy something from me. Forget that. Why don't they've already said they're interested in this? That's your chance to bond with them even more by saying, hey, I know you're interested in this. Let me tell you a little bit more about how this thing helps you do the thing that you really want to do. Or here's another little piece of that I didn't really talk about that you might want to be interested in. And I'm not talking about an upsell here or a cross sell. I'm talking about, did you know this other thing about this topic? And that is leading to the desire piece. And I want to talk about the desire one more piece of this, to the desire. And that is, when I learned this from Eugene Schwartz, and Eugene Schwartz said that you cannot install a desire in someone. You can't implant the desire. You can't force the desire on somebody. The only thing that we can do as marketers and good copywriters and everything is already pull that desire out from them and relate it to our solution. There's already got to be a desire there for them to do something. And so what I see a lot of is people skipping those other two steps because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to do it. They're just been taught, give them the gift. People like to call it lead magnet. We don't here. We call it gift. And move them into this sales to get some action. What's the call to action?
Well, Joey, Dean Jackson calls it cheese and whiskers. And so what is their cheese? The cheese is their desire. What will they be willing to chew through a 3-foot wall to get to? That's pure desire.
That's desire for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. When you can find their cheese, you're not creating that.
I don't know who sent this, but doesn't that depend on where they are on the awareness journey, though? Yes.
That's JT Elms. That's JT Nelms, by the way.
Okay, so JT, yeah, you're right, JT. Like, it all depends on the awareness level. If you're talking to somebody who is on, they're at the most aware stage, or actually before most aware, because most aware is on the action. Like, they're waiting for the right offer, the right time, the right, whatever. That's the most aware. But if they're at the solution aware stage and they're like ready to buy, then yeah, the conversation is completely different. I agree with you. And that's what I'm saying, JT, is that most marketers, they come into the market at the problem aware stage, and they're trying to get them to the most aware. Like, they skip the solution aware, they skip all those other pieces in between. They're like, hey, look, you've got a problem, and I've done my market research, and I know my avatar, and it says this, and hey, I bought this ad, you downloaded my thingy, and now I want you to go buy my thing over here. And they're skipping the problem. What is it? It's unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, right? So they want to get them to the product aware stage, and they skip, either they're in the problem or the solution aware, and they meet them there, and then they skip from product aware, and they want to get right to the most aware, which is go buy my stuff.
So
don't worry about the StreamYard thing. No problem at all. Super fair point out. Is that JT still?
Yeah, that's JT.
Yeah, the ready to buy stage is too late for that. Totally agree. Cool. Yeah. The ready to buy stage, bro, is where everybody wants it. Like, so I have people in ready to buy stages all the time. I just know that that's my market, and say, hey, I've got this product over here. Do you want to buy it? And all they're waiting for is that offer. They're waiting for, yes, this is the right time for me. It sounds good. It's a good offer for me. I don't have to sell them on anything, because I've already done all the work, the attention. I've got their attention. I've kept their attention. I've talked to them about their interest. I've proved that I can help them. I've talked to their desire. Now they're just waiting for, okay, just tell me the right time to take action, and I'll take action, right?
You can obviously create desire in someone for something.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know if you can create a desire. You can uncover it. You can uncover it. Look, let me put it to you this way. If you said to me, right, go buy that machine and just go work out on and do a treadmill, right?
Right.
I know that it's good for me, but I have no desire to work out whatsoever. No desire. The only way, you can't create that desire in me. you can try to instill fear in me and say, whoa, geez, if you don't do that, you're going to have a heart attack. Like, you can try to do all that, but if there's no true desire for me to get up every morning and get on the treadmill, eventually I'm just going to go screw it.
So would you agree that there has to be a similar desire in that universe, so to speak? Like, for example, you love eating good food. Okay. You may not have tried a certain type of food. And all of a sudden you watch a program and you're like, oh my God, that looks amazing. I want to go eat there and try that food. They've created a desire that already existed in an underlying desire of eating good food.
Say that again. I think that you're crisscrossing what the desire is. The desire is not about the tasting of new foods. It's about, I love good food.
Right.
So what's the point? What we're trying to say?
Well, okay. So you've never experienced a certain type of food.
Okay.
You have no desire to eat that type of food.
Right.
But then you're introduced to something that makes it look salivating, mouth-watering, appetizing, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I need to go and try that food at that place.
But that's still within the underlying desire of, I want to eat awesome food, right?
So you're agreeing with me that the underlying desire needs to exist first.
You're agreeing with me. That's what I said.
You're agreeing with me, agreeing with you, agreeing with me.
Right.
Okay.
You can't instill the desire. If I have no desire, like for me, I'm not like that. So like, we're talking about food here, a perfect example. Because I'm not a foodie guy, right? Like I have no desire to taste any food outside of meat and potatoes, right? That's it. You know what I mean? That's just who I am.
Joey, you got a lot of comments to catch up on here, by the way.
Well, let's talk about this. So you know what I mean? You can't instill that desire to say you need to have a better palate to try these other foods. You follow? I have no desire whatsoever in it. Even if, like, here's an example. So I watch my wife eat what is it? Lobster, right? Lobster. And it looks scrumptious. I'm like, that is awesome. And I tried it 3, 4, 5 times because I want to try to like that thing. And I'm like, this just sucks. I hate it. So, and so looking at your point, I'm like, well, that looks great. And it looks like it's scrumptious, but then, you know what I'm saying? I have no desire whatsoever to eat any shellfish.
So, okay. I had no desire to do ballet sculpt, which is going into a 104-degree room with a ballet bar.
I can already, I'll let you finish, but I can already debate this. I know where you're going to go. Go ahead.
And I'm not going to even finish because you're already debating it.
I'm already going to tell you where the desire is, but go ahead.
No, so go answer some of these comments and be a good host.
No, finish it because I want the audience to understand it.
I want you to take some of these comments before you get overwhelmed.
Sometimes people don't know what they don't know, so how can they desire what they don't know? That's the whole point, is that a desire is not something instilled. A desire is something that's uncovered. So what they don't, and it all depends on what the context is of what you're asking about, Netta. Something that this is where I was going to go with Scott, because where he was going with it was he tried something new and he likes it, but the desire is for him to be fit and healthy. So he tried something new and he says, hey, this is awesome. So he didn't have a desire for that thing, but somebody said, you should try this because it'll make you feel just as good as yoga. And he's like, okay, I'm in. So the desire is to feel great. And he didn't know about this other thing, but he tried it.
See, now I think you're just like putting everything in this one big lump category.
Come on, dude. Come on.
I have a desire to feel
admit
good.
that I'm right. Come on.
I have a desire to feel good. So anything that you throw in the category is going to be. So somewhat a desire has to be there no matter how latent I think. So Monica's agreeing with you. And then
where am I here? Somewhat where does
oh no, you're so
somewhat a desire has to be there no matter how latent I think. The desire has to be there, yes. I don't know who that is. Is that Monica?
That's Monica.
Okay.
And then Monica says, but you love food. That's already there. So she's agreeing with you. Then Lori said, except he already has the desire for new food. So they're all agreeing with you.
Right.
Then JT says, chain of beliefs. I believe that a chain of beliefs could be used to introduce an entirely new concept you've never heard of before. That creates a desire. So stick that one in your pipe.
It does not. The chain of beliefs is what they need to believe in order to uncover to match the solution to the desire that they already have. You can't create a desire. If somebody does not want to climb to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro and they have no intention whatsoever of doing that, they're not going to, you can't create the desire. The desire is like, if I want to be fit, or I like hiking or something like that, and you say, hey, you should try mountain climbing, man, or trying to do a hike up there. That's different, right? Because there's a desire there that I want to be fit, and I love outdoors, and I love climbing and all that stuff, the hiking. So the desire is the main part. You can't instill that into somebody.
Zora just said, what is this session about? The dynamic is strange to me, but I'm new to this group.
So I want to hear Scott's 104-degree ballet thing. So go, man.
Okay, so there's no way when they told me that they were bringing a ballet bar into the 104-degree studio and there's a ballerina going to teach the class that I was going to go into that room and I was going to do ballet. And you were not getting me to wear a tutu, by the way. But I went in and I tried it. And I ended up loving it because of what that did for my legs. So I had no desire to do it whatsoever. But then you're going to say, well, you had a desire to do yoga and you had a desire to be in a 104-degree room.
No, you have a desire. You have a desire to keep fit.
I used to do biathlons. I hated running with a passion. I had no desire to run. One day I read a book called Born to Run, and I started running bare feet in the mountains. I loved it. But you're going to say, well, you had a desire. So you're then basically saying it all comes down to we all have a desire to the basic desires. We talked about it last week. Everybody wants to look good, feel good, have freedom, have spare time, have independence, and wealth. So you're saying that we already always have those in everything.
No, I'm not saying that at all. Not saying that at all. Not saying that at all. Like, so I'll give you another example from my mundane life where it's like, I love freedom.
Mundane life. You can't even get this thing right.
No, I'm telling you. So here's the example. So I like freedom, right? I love my freedom and everything else. However, I can't stand travel. So I have no desire to travel whatsoever. However, will I travel? Sure, I will. But if I had I'd rather not travel. But I like my freedom. I like going places. I like seeing things. I like seeing new things and all that. But I have no desire to travel whatsoever. So it's like you can do anything you want. It doesn't mean I'm never going to do it, but I don't have a desire to do it. And I'm never going to have that desire. And people will say, well, what about if you had all the money in the world and you had all this and would you go? No, I wouldn't. My life would be the way it is.
If you were invited to an oceanfront integrative holistic wellness yoga resort where you were going to present to 100 people who loved you and you were going to get massages and you were going to get all the cool things and music and your wife and your kids and everything, and it was going to be this most amazing thing, you'd have no desire to come.
Now, okay, so I hope everybody heard what he just said, because he hit on the desire. You hit on the desire right at the top of the thing. What is it you said? If you could go to a resort and speak to 100 people about whatever it is you're talking about, that's the desire, Scott. So the other pieces of it are like, yeah, in order for me to get that desire of speaking in front of these people, I have to go do these other things. I'm in. But if that was gone, if you said, look, you're going to go do all this, but you're just going to sit on the beach and do nothing and sip margaritas or whatever the hell you guys do, I'm like, no, thanks. Don't need it. Whatever
the hell we guys do? What's that supposed to mean?
Whatever people do on their vacations and sit there and do nothing and sit there. And I just can't do that. It's just
you sit on the beach, you drink pina coladas while you make money online doing nothing.
Right. I'm not one of those guys. Wait a second. I think this is JT. Yeah. I think create can only be done for things that are literally brand new to a brain, never heard of it before. After that, it's likely to be uncovered. Dude, I disagree, man. Like, you cannot create a desire. It's impossible to create a desire. Somebody, it has to be in themselves. They have to be able to feel it and want the thing.
So, Joey, do you believe that there is a core foundation of desires that we pretty much, as humans in our DNA, have?
Yeah.
Okay. And so then you're saying that pretty much everything in marketing will fit within. It's kind of like the fears, frustrations. People don't want to be stressed, anxious, nervous, depressed, lonely, overweight, sick. They want to be happy, healthy, free, financially wealthy, blah. They want, so everything pretty much falls. Now, there's all the variations of feeling bad or feeling good. Tony Robbins.
Well, yeah, but you talk about, okay, like the basic desires, which you're right, but like healthy. So if you asked anybody, do you want to be healthy? Like, you'd probably get a yes all the way all the time, right?
No, you wouldn't.
Okay, well, maybe you won't, but if you ask me,
what about the guy that is happy drinking beer, smoking cigarettes, eating fast food, crap garbage, and that's what he's happy with?
So are you telling me that if you ask that person, do you want to be healthy, and he would say no?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in the middle on that one. Whatever. I don't agree and I don't disagree. Whatever. What I'm saying is that
you don't agree or disagree.
I don't. I could go both ways on that one, because it's
go
like
one way. Don't go middle.
Well, then why would somebody, like, unless the guy is on his, like, I don't know, bro. Most people, I think, would say, yes, I want to be healthy, but then you can say, well, why the hell are you sitting there eating potato chips, right? All this other stuff, but they want to be healthy. But the desire to be healthy is not there. It's like, yes, I get it. I want to be healthy, but I don't. There's no desire for me to get up off my ass and stop eating potato chips and drinking beer and all that stuff. There's no desire for me to go do that.
So then suddenly, if somebody magically comes along with a product or service or sales message marketing thingy, an attention-getting thingy, that that all of a sudden it's going to create that desire.
No, that's the point. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. You're flip-flopping, bro. Like, pick your side if you want to debate this one, right? Because I'm saying no.
Side. You're the ambivalent. I'm not going to go this way or that way.
I'm saying no, you cannot create that desire. Like, your marketing is not going to create that desire for that guy to get up off that couch if he has no desire in the first place. He understands it. He's like, yeah, I get it. I should be healthy, or I want to be healthy, or I want to quit my job. I want to make money online, but there's no desire. The desire is the driver beneath everything. And so our job is to uncover that desire. And so the desire might be, well, I want to be rich online, or I want to make money online, but maybe that's not the true desire. Maybe the desire is something else. Maybe the desire is relationships with their family, or freedom, or to go hiking, go on mountains, and all this other stuff. Like, there's another desire that we as marketers need to uncover. It's Joey. Not always about the surface.
Hey, Joey.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
What are you talking about, bro?
I'm asking you what we're talking about.
We're talking about the desire, man. Like,
look at all these comments. Get caught up. Come on. There's 27 comments in here.
All right. You're asking me a question. I'm answering it. And now you're asking me to go over here to the comments. We will get to them. True, no desire. So where are we here? I think this was the last one. True, you have no desire for the stuff, but you have a desire for the benefit behind it. Yes, it's the desire, the true desire. What's the session about? The dynamic is strange to me, but I am new to this group. What we're talking about is getting attention. And then we talked about the IDA thing, the attention, interest, desire, attention, action, which is a formula for, like, people get attention, and then you give them interest in whatever it is you're talking about. You tap into the desire for them to buy your product, and then you say, hey, go buy it because here's where it is. And what I'm saying is that people miss the interest part, and they miss the desire, and they totally miss the desire because they don't know what the true desire of that person is. Or they totally skip it altogether. So basically, we gravitated towards Zora talking about if you can create a desire in somebody by telling them about something, or is there the desire has to be there? And I believe that the desire has to be there, just like Eugene Schwartz says. And I totally believe that. You can't create a desire in somebody. You need to uncover the real desire for them to buy whatever it is that you want. But you have to work really hard to create the chain of belief, and the process introduces desires, right? The chain of beliefs is what they need to believe to move toward getting your product. So is the desire part of that? It's a good question. I think that the chain of beliefs is really about that the desire already needs to be there. It's the beliefs are different from desire. It's like, I have this desire to become healthy, whatever, but I don't believe that I could get on a treadmill every day and do it for the next month, whatever it is. And so if I have the desire to get healthy and I want to walk on a treadmill or do Zumba or whatever it is, and I'm like, I don't think I can do that. That's where your job as the marketer is, to tell me and to help me believe that I can do it. But the desire to get healthy is already there. That's what I'm saying.
So on tonight's show, we're talking about the client attention getting machine and what happens after you get the attention, interest, and we went way down into desire piece, which actually at the end of the day is really what it's all about, is eliciting that desire from our audience, from our people, because that's the emotional piece, Joey.
I don't know who mentioned this one, but it's not like the debate on a desire, is it creating a desire, is part of marketing. So whoever wrote that, I don't know who that is, but desire is all part of marketing. So this discussion is very important.
That was said by JT again. Yeah. Another point for JT. He's getting
JT. It's so important.
Ding.
So all of this is so important. I highly recommend. I'm trying to find actually the piece to read it to you.
So Joey, while you're finding the piece, let's jump to Brant Pinfitic for a moment, who we studied the WAC formula quite extensively. And in it, he talked about the conceptualization first, and then the contextualization. First, we have to present the concept of the desire, but then it has to be in context to them. In how does this fit into our beliefs? And desire goes into belief systems, I believe, as well, because your desire to not travel is...
It's not a desire not to travel. It's not that. I have no desire to travel.
Well, it's a desire to not travel then.
No, it's not. It's just not there, right? But if you said, hey, I want you to go over there and talk about marketing in California or in Africa or whatever to these people and blah, 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 I'll get on a plane tomorrow. The desire is different. So if you were trying to sell me on taking a trip, like that was your thing, let's say that's the thing you're selling me, then instead of me saying, look, you should get on a trip because you can have more freedom and you can do whatever you want, or get away from yourself and, get away from the things of everyday life. And I'd be like, don't give a shit. But if you go do this thing, then it's like, oh, I get it. I want to be able to give. That's a desire for me, where I can speak to people, and right. It's a completely different thing.
So it's kind of a manipulation desire.
Not manipulation. It's not manipulation. It's about attaching your solution, right? Your solution to your dream client to understand what is the desire that they want that my solution satisfies. That's it.
Give us an example of that, Joey.
I just did. I gave you an example.
Better one.
I don't know, bro. What is it that you do? Like, tell me what Video Creator Pro. What does it do? Like, what is it?
Know the name of what it is, so I'm not.
I don't even know what it is. Video. What does it do?
It doesn't do anything.
What does the video thing do?
The video thing helps people to create videos fast so that they can leverage their message, their product, their service, their brand, and get it out to the world so more people get exposed and they can help more people.
What is the desire?
The desire is for them to help more people. I'm just giving them a tool to do it.
Right. So do they want a video tool?
They could care less about a video
That's
tool.
my point.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
So what's your point then?
Because you're not marketing the video tool. You're not marketing you're marketing the desire of I want to help more people and make an impact. The tool is this is how you go do it.
I want to know what a 6-figure Kajabi hero has to do with anything.
Bro, stop changing the context here.
Because I'm right there. You got my attention.
I know, right? But you see what I'm saying? That's the thing. You have attached, right, what they want, the desire, to your thing. And that is what I'm talking about.
I agree with you 100% on that.
Then that's all I've been talking about.
I know what their desire is, and I know how to get them.
So why didn't you say you could be the best video editor you can be?
Because it has nothing to do with that.
Bingo. Want me to give you another one?
Sure.
You see what I mean? It's like it has nothing. You could talk about the features of it. You could say, here's how you could do your video fast, which is awesome. That's part of a great thing. But do they care about that?
No, they want to get their message out to the world as fast as possible so that they can help more people doing whatever it is they do.
There you go.
Yeah.
So because your thing does it better and faster and everything else is a feature, but the benefit or the / desire is if I can do it that fast and I can get it to this world the fastest and benefit the world, I want that.
So what's your point?
I'm just proving it to you. That's all. You asked me for proof and I'm proving it to you.
Yeah, and I agree with you.
I hope everybody can see Scott flip-flopping all over the place today.
I don't flip-flop. I stay on task specifically.
Yes, it'd be more difficult to create a chain of belief, but that work is always going to be worth it. Yes, it is all worth it. The chain of beliefs is what makes people move from their disbelief that they could do it to the product.
That was
totally.
In case you didn't know.
Didn't you have curiosity?
I don't know. Monica asking.
I don't know what you're asking about there, Monica, about curiosity. Is Scott, isn't that a desire to try new things? I don't know.
Yes, it is a desire to try new things within something I already love. I already have the desire to do what I do. It's just expanding that desire. So is Scott talking about curiosity, then try something that he had the desire to get great legs? Well, I have the desire to further anything that has to do with my passion, which is yoga. And anything related to it, I'm going to try. It doesn't.
That's the point, Scott.
Yeah.
So but that's not what you said at the beginning. You were trying to debate that you could create the desire. All that person did was introduce a ballet thing that attached to the thing that you already love and desire. And you were like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah. So.
Okay. I just want to point that out. Let's go back to the recording again. JT, core foundation of desires. I could get on board with that concept if that's Joey's premise. Core foundation of desires. Yeah, it starts with a desire, JT. It starts with a desire. And then the beliefs are what helps you make the argument to get them to I'm ready to buy. Right? So somebody could have a desire to be fit, whatever. Let's go with that all the time, to be fit, but they don't believe in the product. They don't believe maybe in you or the whatever. They don't believe in themselves. Like there's a whole bunch of beliefs that are stopping them from getting what they want, but the desire is there. Same as somebody who wants to quit smoking. They're like, I want to quit smoking. I have a desire to quit smoking, but nothing has worked. I've tried all these things. Nothing has worked, right? But they have a desire to do it. And if they're like, man, if somebody could just show me this thing, then I'm in. But they have that desire.
Here's a question, Joey.
Yes.
Do they have a desire to quit smoking? Isn't that like kind of a negative desire? Or don't they have a desire to, can you have a negative desire to not do something? Or is it, why does somebody want to quit smoking?
Well, it attaches to something else, like I guess to being healthier, or they can run with their grandchildren, whatever. They can go up the stairs and not get out of breath, whatever it is, right? But that desire, like we're not really talking about, going into those, like what is the specific desire of that market, but you get where I'm going with this. It's like that person has already made the decision, or sorry, not made the decision. In their gut, it's the desire to stop or get healthier, whatever you want to call it. It's already there. I don't have to instill it. I don't have to say, hey, man, you should want to get healthy.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. And so the chain of beliefs, what JT is talking about, is awesome. Yes, because if you know the desire of it, right? Like if you read Breakthrough Advertising, it's all right there. And that's one of the, I think, the very first chapters that he talks about, which is you cannot instill the desire. Our job is to uncover what that desire really is and then just attach it.
So you don't believe that you believe desires exist, period, and we're just uncovering them, or through the chain of beliefs, there's no way to create a new desire for something we've never heard of, or
it's not. See, it's the way that you're phrasing this that makes it almost a debate that we're disagreeing with each other, and we're not.
No, we're not.
Right? You're saying it in one context, and I'm taking it from another context, right? And so it's like you can introduce something that talks to a desire that's already there. Okay? And that's where I think that you're asking, you can create the desire for that new thing. That's true if you take it that from that point of view, where I've never heard of this other thing, and now I have a desire that I want to do that thing, but it still relates all the way back to this other thing. And if you don't talk about this other main thing, then that doesn't matter over here. It does not matter. Right? There's certain things that if you talk to me about whatever it is, like, dude, I don't even know what an example is. I've already told you, like travel. Like travel is a big one. Like you can talk to me blue in the face about how important travel is to me, and getting away and unplugging and all this other kind of stuff, and it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't, because first of all, I can unplug and do whatever I want whenever I want to. So getting away it's not a desire for me to do that. It's actually a pain in the butt for me to go do that. But if you attach it to a different desire for me, because you're an airline company and you're selling me airline thingies or whatever, I'm like, oh, okay, I can now travel all over the world and speak and help other people, right? It's a completely different argument.
So, Joey, it seems like we've gone to the desire rabbit hole, which is a good one. So what is the best way to elicit desire from your audience, your potential buyer? What's the best way to discover that?
Now we're going to go down a whole other rabbit hole. So hang on, let me just catch up here. Totally agree that was important, was answering the question from the new person on the topic of discussion. Okay, thanks, JT, because I'm totally lost with all the comments now, the context of them. Monica, great example with traveling. You do it only if you get to do what you love to do at the other end. Yes, that is right. That is totally right. So, and it's just, yeah, you have to tap into my desire. So to Scott's point, how do you do that? And the answer is just by talking to your clients to understand more about what it is that makes them tick.
Well, the answer, I was kind of setting you up, but you didn't go for it, was in right marketing copy. When you go meet the person where they're at and you go discover what they're talking about, and they share their pains, their frustrations, their needs, their wants, their desires, and they talk about what their desire is, then you can go get their attention, get them interested, and elicit the desire. So
well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of that's a better description of it, but that's what I mentioned is like, the more you talk to your clients, the better it's going to be for you to understand the desire. I'll give you an example of this, Scott. So as you know, I have a new coaching group program coming out. So so the thing, they don't want coaching. They don't care about coaching, right? They don't care even about me. They don't care that it's a 6 week or is it 12 weeks. They don't care. So I sent out an email and I said, hey, what is in 90 days, what is your dream scenario that you want? That's it. That's the email. And now guess what? I've got people coming back. Well, if it was a dream scenario, I would want this. And that is their desire. That's part of their desire. So guess what I'm going to use when I market that? It's not about, hey, I'm going to have this new 6-week coaching program. And it's called Atlas and you can do this. And no, it's like, if you want this, Atlas is going to help you get there. You get it? And it's like, I'm just asking the market. So it's not brain science for any of us. It's the time that we want to invest into our clients to find out as much as we can about what they truly, truly want. And you know the 7 why questions, right? Why do you want that? Well, I want it because of this. Why do you want that? Because of that. Why do you want that? Right? And eventually they're just going to get to the point where they're going to go, well, because that's why. And they're going to go, that's the real desire. It's 7 levels deep.
The ultimate benefit is the desire.
That's right. And
it's the same thing. And you say 20, you say 7 levels deep. And sometimes I think it's even deeper than that.
It's true. You can go definitely deeper than that. Definitely.
I think that the important point that you made, Joey, that I'd like to reiterate is that we need to go at least 7 levels deep.
Yeah.
So that we find out what the true desire is.
Yeah. It's when I'm coaching somebody in a live situation, and even when I would do, here's a great example of this. I would challenge when I was speaking in front of real estate investors. Okay. And this was so great because I would challenge them all the time. And I'd say, who in the room here is buying real estate because it's their passion? And everybody in the room would put up their hand. They'd say, it's my passion. And I say, you're all full of shit. Real estate is not your passion. And everybody would get up and they would be like defensive now. What are you talking about? I love real estate. It's the best thing in the world for me. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And then I would always pull somebody out of the audience and say, okay, Scott, tell me why you like real estate. And then they would tell me, because I help people, and they would give me the whole thing. It gives me freedom. I can spend more time with my family and blah, blah, blah. And they would give me all these great answers and say, why is that important? And they would tell me another one. Why is that important? And then I would get to the point where I would say to them, okay, great. So you're telling me that you passionate about real estate and it gives you freedom. You love giving tenants and everything a great home to live and all that, right? This safe place and all that. Yes. Okay. So it's your passion. Yes. Great. So that means that if you have all the money in the world and you don't need any more money, that you're going to go out and you're going to go through all the painstaking stuff to buy real estate. You're going to buy a piece of real estate and you're going to rent it. You're going to give it to somebody rent free for 5 or 10 years. And then you're going to sell it. And then you're going to give all that money away. And you know what the answer was?
No.
F no.
Oh.
That's what they'd say. And I said, well, then that means that's not your passion. Right. So your passion is not about the real estate. You're excited about real estate. I get it. Right. But that's not your desire. Your desire is not to get up in the morning and buy real estate, buy a piece of property or whatever you just told me. Your desire is about freedom. It's about helping people. It's about all the stuff you said before that, because it's not the real estate. So I would get them to the level of like, this is what it's really about for me, whether that was freedom or building wells for people in Africa, whatever, right? But then I would say, well, then the real estate's not your passion, it's that thing. And they would say, no, that's not. It's real estate. And I go, no, that's the vehicle that gets you there. So the desire was deep, deep, deep down inside them.
So how would you sum up the answer to the question of what do you do after you get their attention?
You have to keep their interest. That's where everybody loses it.
Right.
So people can get their attention, but they don't keep it.
So how do you keep it? Let's forget about desire for a minute. We kind of skipped the interest piece and went right to desire. The A is simple. Here's what to do. Go click the button thingy. So how would you then create that interest?
Well, I mean, if we're talking tactics, if we're talking about an opt-in thingy where people are getting a free gift and they're, then it's simple. It's like what we talked about at the top, which is give them more value based on the gift. It's not about getting them in and trying to move them to the action piece right away. That's how you keep their interest, by saying, hey, let me give you more details about this thing, or maybe something that you didn't know about, which goes back to what JT was talking about, where you could introduce now the chain of beliefs. Hey, did you know that now that you know this thing, that you could actually do this other thing. And they're like, no, I didn't really know that. And now you've got them interested. So you can bring them through your chain of beliefs to get them to the point where they're like, wow, I think I can really do this thing. I can really create a video in 3 seconds and get it on the internet and actually put my name out there, right? And now because you've done that in, I don't know, 10 emails or 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Now when you say, hey, listen, I've got this thing, would you like it? And they're like, awesome, because they believe that they can do the thing that you've attached, right? All the way back to the desire of, I want to have an impact in the world.
Yeah.
So Fast Video Creator, that's what the name of it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Fast Video Creator is all about that.
Yeah.
And so what they don't understand is, say they've got this desire over here to get their name in the world, but they don't believe that they could do editing, or they don't believe that they know how to whatever, right? And your job is to turn on all those beliefs and say, here, see, I'm showing you, here's how you could do it easy. And they're like, yeah, I can do that thing. So how do I do that thing? Well, here's Fast Video Creator.
Right.
Right? But the desire's already there.
It's tapping into the desire. Yeah.
Yes. But if you tapped into the wrong desire, Scott, if you tapped into, hey, do you want to be a video pro? They're like, no.
No. Yeah.
So the marketing message is off. And that's what I'm saying, is that most people do that. They attach to the wrong desire, and they don't understand their customer or their client like you do. Like, you know them inside and out. So you're foregoing all of the other things that other video companies or programs or something would say. You can do all this and you can do that. And they're like, I really don't care. Look, right marketing copy, you brought it up, right? Nobody that goes in right marketing copy wants to be a copywriter.
Right.
So why would I say that? Why would I say, hey, you could be the best, you could be a fast copywriter if you take my program? They're like, I don't want to be a copywriter.
You don't want that.
Right.
We know that.
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
But it's not about so instead of me promoting the copywriting thing, it's like, what do they really want? And it's like, I want to be able to write copy, and sell my stuff finally, and get into the market and talk to my market the right way. I want to be able to actually sell my stuff,
right,
without paying for a high price copywriter, blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to write. I just want to make it very easy for me. So like, all these things are the desire. The true desire is, I want to sell my stuff. Any other examples?
No.
Let's see here. Sean, hey, good to see you, my friend. It's because you're trying to sell its features and not the benefits. Hey, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, that's right. You don't sell the features, you sell the benefits. It's always about that. And the benefits are attached to the desire.
I wonder why I didn't see Sean in here. He came from somewhere else, right?
Yeah, because there are some people watching on YouTube. I don't know if that's you, Scott, if you're on live on YouTube. Somebody's on YouTube.
That's me, Joey.
All right, we got one on YouTube. Woohoo! Good to see you. And then we got 7 in the marketing in the club.
Okay.
And then we got 2 on my Facebook page. So Sean might be on my Facebook page. That's why you might not see it. I don't know where you're watching from, Scott.
Somewhere.
Cool.
I'm live in the Strategic Marketing Club.
Okay, so you don't see the people on my page. That's why.
Okay, just checking.
All righty. So that's what we got. We got attention, interest, desire, and action, which you brought up the formula. What do you think? Like, what are your thoughts on, like, how do you keep the attention? How would you do it?
How would I keep the attention?
Yeah, so you've got, how would you keep the attention? You got the attention now. How do you keep the interest?
Talking about what they need, want, and desire. It's talking about them, their hopes, their aspirations, their goals, what they want. They want to get their product, service message out to the world. They want to build their brand. They want to get more shares, likes, views. They want to affect more people. They want to build their business. They want a life that they want to lead. They want all that stuff. I haven't mentioned a thing about my software or about anything. And it's, how do you do that? How do you get more views, likes, shares? How do you get people to say, wow, I loved watching that thing? God, would you help me with my thingy? Would you do this? Can you help me with that? That's what people want. They want that respect. They want that admiration. They want that success. They don't want all the stuff. So it's, why do they want to? And you're right. It's about getting deep into the mind of, well, why are you doing this? You're not doing this to become a better video editor or a video professional. It's because they want to advance their business, their product, their service, their message, to share their passion with the world, to accomplish what it is to become the best at what they do.
Right.
To outdo the competition so that they stand out amongst their competitors and people look to them as the go-to person in their field, in their industry.
Right. And so why do they want to be the go-to person? See, that's the desires. You're tapping in to the main things is that. So realistically, if you wrote copy that said, and you talked only to the desire, right? All those things that they want. And you said, hey, da-da-da-da-da. And then you had the simple, like I love, the by the ways, right?
Yeah.
Hey, oh, and by the way, if you kind of want to do all that, that's kind of what Fast Video Creator does.
Right.
So click here if you want it.
Yeah.
See you in the next email, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And it's a simple transition, whereas all the other ones are whatever. You get this and you get that. And by the way, here's a bonus and here's this. And I'm not saying no, don't ever do this. So when everybody's watching this, that I'm against all that, but there's too much of it. And we're talking about where people come into that attention thing, and then it's all slammed in with, by the way, get this, get this, get this. There's a bonus. There's a discount. There's this. Click now. It's ending Friday. Like, dude, forget, you haven't even talked about the interest. You haven't made them interested in what you do. You haven't tapped into their desire whatsoever. And then you're asking them to buy something. And no wonder it fails.
Yeah.
Sorry, could figure out right speaker output. I don't know what that means.
I think that might be a tech issue.
Okay.
Right speaker output, unless one of us was the right speaker.
Maybe. So does anybody have any other questions regarding the attention piece? I call it foreplay.
There for a while, Joey.
What's that?
We got pretty heated there for a while earlier.
Hey, dude, like, you know what? You want me to give you the proof? I'll give you the proof back.
Oh, okay. I thought you were making a point.
I was making a point. The point was that you were flopping from one thing to another, and I was just proving the point that it is about the desire, and you were saying, no, it's not. You can create it. So if we go back to the recording, you'll see.
And what's your point?
My point is that I was right. It was a great time. My point is...
and guess what, Joey? You're right.
I was right, man. I was.
You're right.
Oh my gosh.
What do you want me to just agree with you all the time?
You see, that's how you know this is not scripted, because this is how we talk. Like, even if this wasn't recording or we weren't live, we would still be talking like this offline. It's the same exact thing. We just happen to turn on the cameras. So, my God.
Joey, just to kind of, we spent the last hour talking about how do you get attention when marketers get attention, but what do you do about it afterwards? And I love that we went so deep into desire, because once we get their attention and then we start to get them interested in talking about them, and then we pepper in the desire piece. And then, like you said, I like what you said there. And oh, by the way, if you want all that, then you can get Atlas. It's going to give you all that stuff. And by the way, and when we provide that, when we go out and give the value, when we build the interest over time, then ultimately it is, by the way, you can get this with this thing. But when we go just say, hey, like I was reading here, this thing, so when COVID happened, I knew I wanted to be able to, and do this and do that. And I started to do this, and I'm reading from an actual PDF.
Right.
That was a proposal. And,
right.
You know, I this, and I can make, and I can do this, and think of this. And I'm just looking at it and saying, there's absolutely no attention. There's no interest. there's no desire. And in fact, there's not even a call to action in this whole thing. But somebody said they were a copywriter and sent a 4-page PDF that has a lot of features, like Sean was saying, features, and zero benefits, zero interest, and zero desire.
Well, this question remains too, that when we talk to our audience, right, or we write copy, whatever it is are we like, what desire are we talking about? And I'm not talking about the specific on them. Like, are we talking about ours more, or are we talking about them, right? And so you and I see copy that's all about like our desire. Hey, I need to sell this thing,
Right?
right? Or I need to make 10 grand on this launch, or whatever it is, right?
Yep.
And so that desire comes through. They can feel that. And if you and I talk about this a lot of times, and if we focus on what's the desire of my client, and only focus on that, and really tapping into that, and then saying, wait a second, this fast video creator that I've got can actually help them do this thing, right?
Well, this is an important point, Joey, that I think everybody needs to hear. Is you talked a lot about my software, and we talked about the desire, we talked about the benefits. And if everyone did that and went and found the benefits and the desire that people have, what do they really want? And then went into their copy and said, does that all appear there?
Right.
If I went now and relooked at my copy that I've written today and have spent all day, and I made sure that in there was that they get to get their message out, they get to increase their brand awareness, they get all of those things that they want, the desire, so that they can succeed, and they can have the appreciation from others, and they can have that recognition, which is important to them. If I see that's in there, that when somebody reads that, they're going to go, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Exactly.
Not granted, I have to list what they get.
Yes, but okay, so let's talk about a copy technique or strategy for a second in what you just said. So if you're listing the features of what they get, so give me a feature. What would one be? What they get
one call a month with a video creation designer professional.
Okay, and then now what's the desire? What's the benefit of that?
Well, the benefit of that is so that you can learn how to make your videos more effective, to reach more people, to get the results that you want, so that people will respond and convert to whatever your call to action is.
Well, that's one. And it can also be where you could go to, so you don't have to become a video pro. You've got a video pro who's holding your hand, who will answer all your questions. We'll take care of it all. Mm-hmm. So now you've released something that they don't want. I don't want to be a video pro. I just want to know how to work the software real quick. And if I have a question, then I don't want to have to read through a manual. I don't want to have to watch video, right? I just want to be able to answer a question and have somebody answer it in seconds, and I can be back up and running. To me, that's a benefit. That's a desire, right? So we're tapping in again to the desire. Do you see that, Scott? How you agree or disagree?
Totally and completely, because it's the reason why when I do video tutorials, it's exactly what you just said, so that you can find what you're looking for and get back to what you're doing.
Right.
And not have to spend an hour or be frustrated. It's kind of why I continue to pay for a coaching program I belong to, because if I ever need an answer to a question on a specific topic, I know that I can jump right in, get that question answered, and go right back to it. I don't have to spend 30 minutes figuring out where that thing was, or where
exactly right.
Or, today,
so your desire is that you want to continue doing what you're doing and whatever it is you're doing all that day, but now you've hit a snag and you don't want to go in and read through the whatever it is, that there's help out there. So now that's tapping into the main desire of your client.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to, this is important that everybody hears this. When you do a benefit, like a bullet, it needs to have a benefit. And the benefit ties into the main desire. And some of that main desire is, I don't want to be a video pro guy, right?
I don't want to be a copywriter.
Yeah, I don't want to be a copywriter.
I don't want to be a whatever the thingy is. I just want to get this result.
Yeah.
How am I going to do that? I don't want to be an Olympic triathlete. I just want to feel good inside myself.
Right. And so you, in your emails, right, you might have an email that is just basically, it looks like it's all just feature based. Like, hey, tomorrow it's closing. We told you about this. Here's what you get. Just a reminder. But all of those bullets of all the things have all of the benefit and desire built into it. Yeah. You don't have to go in every single email. Nope. Like, I'm just going now, like maybe this is end of offer day thing, right? Yeah. And but it's all built in there. And then at the bottom of it is like, because you still want to get your message out there and be that person and impact the world. Yeah. And Fast Video Creator is going to allow you to do that. Click here. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What are you writing?
Just stuff you're saying. Because I'm going to go back and, I wrote copy today for our behind the scenes, which is our coaching and our coaching training support community.
Right.
So people don't have to become a video pro. So they can jump on a call and learn, oh, I can do that, and this. And here you go. Take this thing done. You're done in 5 minutes. And go back to doing what you're doing, because you don't want to become that. Same thing as write marketing copy. They want to get on, take the program, and get back to what they love to do, but they need the skill set to at least say, okay, at least I can write a landing page. At least I can develop a free gift that makes sense to people using the right languaging and put in the AIDA formula. I'm going to get there.
Okay. Yeah. See, so what you just said is important. And notice that everybody in write marketing copy, not only do they not want to become copywriters, but there's another desire. The desire, yes, is to make money in their business, right? But there's another desire, which is that they truly want to impact their clients. Like, they truly care about their clients. And the reason they're in write marketing copy is because they can't communicate in the right way to impact their client.
Yeah.
So I talk a lot about that. And yeah, you can make, that's why the main promise is like, hey, take this and you're going to make a whole bunch of money and sell your stuff. Like, that's a little bit of it. Like, you'll still be able to do that. But it's more about, hey, look, you wanted to change the world and you can't get in front of your client the right way because your message is all wrong. And if you want to change the world, then here's how you do it, and you'll make money at the same time, right? So the desire is, that's why that group is all the same people. It's not just biz op people like, hey, dude, show me how to make a whole bunch of money and I'm going to buy a Lamborghini. Like, that's not the people, right? So that's me like listening to every single person and asking them why. Like, why are you here? What's so important to you? And even in their frustrations of going through the program, and pushing back, and me pushing back again, saying, well, then you want this thing, right? Yes. Well, then here's how we're going to get it.
So JT said that looked like a fancy glass water bottle.
Yours.
No, was it yours or I think it was yours, because mine's not a fancy glass one.
Which one, JT?
I think it's yours, Joey.
Mine's been
yours is fancy glass. Mine.
This one? No.
Yeah.
This is from my Frank Kern event, man. When I was at the event.
Yeah, you got a picture with Frank and a picture with Brendan, a picture with this one, and a picture.
Here we go.
A picture with this guy.
I just like this bottle allows me to drink the bottle and a half or whatever it is of water. So I know that when I fill these up and I drink like 4 or 5 of them a day, I know I've got my water. That's why I use it, because just like I don't have to think about it.
I had no desire to drink fizzy water. None.
See, it is fancy. I guess it is, man. I guess it is.
Compared to mine's a plastic soda stream.
It is fancy. Oh my gosh. JT, you got some like fancy ones too, bro. Like, I know you got some really fancy water ones. You got that big one, right? You got that big jug thingy. I'm pretty sure you have it. See, we kept JT here, man. I remember at the beginning he said he was only going to be here for a few minutes,
You said he
and
was
here he is,
popping in to say
trooper
hi.
that he is. And everybody here, thank you for being here live. It's amazing. Thank you for watching us debate the desire thingy all the way through and asking us all these questions. It's amazing.
It is.
So is that like is that how you keep your interest, right? Is you're talking to the desire all the time in your audience. It's not that hard to do.
Every time I write any piece of copy, put out any offer, and you know that I love making offers almost every week or two. I kind of go again. That's just what I do because I know what my audience wants. They want stuff they're addicted to it. They need it. They're going to get it from somewhere. I might as well give it to them. And so when I write my copy, it's what's the desire? What's the benefit? What's going to help them do something that they really want to do? That,
right.
It's not making a video fast. Why do they want to put music to it? They want to put music so that they can affect the mood and the emotion so people watch their video longer. And at the end, they take the call to action that they want so that they can get the result they're looking for. It has nothing to do with music. Stayed here, attention to desire, and I worked on the benefits of all my features for my upcoming offer. That's awesome.
Who's that? From JT?
That's JT.
Love it, man. Give us one. Give us one I'd love to hear one of the benefits.
Upcoming offer.
And the feature. No, just give us a benefit and feature, like a feature benefit thingy, just to see what you came up with. That'd be awesome.
And I brought up the fancy water bottle to provide an example that could be discussed. Why that water bottle? What was the desire for it versus cheap plastic 25-cent Walmart water? And he's right. It was because you got it at the Frank Kern event.
No, it's not the desire. You're wrong. So it just happens to be there. But what?
Holy crap!
Dude, I'm telling you, like,
you love telling me I'm wrong tonight. You're just like,
this is not about.
I'm right. You're wrong.
About that. It's about. So it's about. It's about. What's the word I'm looking for? I forgot the word I'm going to look. It's basically it's simple for me. Like, I don't want to think about this. I don't want to think about, am I drinking enough water every day? And I don't want to measure the water. So it's about simplicity, and I'm lazy. So I'm like, this makes it easy for me. That's the desire. I want to drink water, and I want to make sure I'm drinking water. And this is the perfect thing that I know if I drink 3 of these a day, I'm good.
Well, why did you feel it necessary to mention Frank Kern?
I don't know. He just said it's a fancy bottle. So don't try to go deeper into like why I mentioned that. I'm just saying it has nothing to do with it. It's just that's a fancy bottle, and that's where I got it. That's
all. You're becoming defensive of your bottle.
No, I'm not becoming defensive.
Not just lazy, efficient, Glenn said.
Efficient. Yeah, so that's right. So the least things that I want to deal with in my brain every day to think about, the more I can get into like an automatic habit is easy for me. And this one does it for me. That's why I drink it. Just happened to work.
So how many of those bottles do you drink a day?
At least 3 of them.
So that fulfills your desire to hydrate yourself in how much water you should be drinking. That's what that bottle's purpose is. That's the desire.
No, the desire is that I wanted to drink more water because I did not want to have I wanted to be more healthy, like not crash during the day. I wanted to be hydrated. So the desire was I want to be hydrated, and I don't want to whatever.
So JT's Adventure 100 feature, private Facebook community, emotional benefit, feel the comfort, security, and peace of knowing you have surrounded yourself with knowledgeable, adventurous people devoted to helping each other grow, and the sense of warmth because you know exactly how and where to reach your lifelong travel friends quickly. At Joey's request.
Cool.
And I'm glad that he wrote something so big because now it covers us both up.
So that's the thing. So the feature is a private Facebook community.
Yep.
The emotional benefit is feel the comfort, security, and peace of knowing that you've surrounded yourself with knowledgeable, adventurous people devoted to helping each other grow. Sense of warmth because you know that exactly how and where to reach your lifelong friends quickly. So what's the desire?
Well, I think that, you surround yourself with knowledgeable, adventurous people is somewhat of a feature. Helping each other grow, and the sense of warmth. The sense of warmth is a desire.
Yeah. Is reaching your lifelong friends a desire that you don't want to lose touch?
No, I don't think it's the desire. Why do you want to reach your lifelong friends quickly?
Well, if you have a desire for community, if you have a desire for friendship, and you're a people person, and all that, so that's where you don't want to lose touch. Like once you create that bond with somebody, it's like, wait a second, I don't want to lose that, right?
Love.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. There's that.
Whatever you want to call it, it's there. It's, like you said, I know he just wrote it, so it's excellent that he just wrote it now, but it's in there.
What do you think, JT? Are we on the right track with that?
Big sense of warmth, because at the end of the day, you see the movie Ghost?
I did.
At the end when he's like up there and he's looking down, talking to her,
mm-hmm.
and how powerful that love is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's about.
It's more features, but needs more specific. No, I don't think it's that bad at all. I just think that there's other desires that you can tap into. Sense of warmth, because you know exactly how and where to reach your life. I think it's good. This is like one thing. So this is like the overall picture of what you're doing, JT, right? Yeah, it's not like it's the feature. So no, one is a feature.
I would want to add at the end of that sentence, so that, which means that, so that, which means that. That's my thing, Joey. You do it the other way. I do. So because you know exactly how and where to reach your lifelong travel friends quickly, so that benefit, which means that benefit, so that benefit, which means that benefit.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like the which means and the so that's are all great. I'm just looking at it from a point of view that if you had 10 features, you don't want to keep on using the so that and which means.
No. That's not with each one. That's with one.
Yeah.
Like so that, which means that, taking one all the way to the end.
Hey man, good spending time with you, brother.
Desire to have a great marriage, and supper is ready.
See, that's a true desire.
That is. That desire to have a great marriage.
There you go.
Enjoy your dinner, JT. Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you, man.
It was great.
Well, that brings us to the top of the hour, my friend. And you're welcome. I think that's JT as well, right? Feedback and thoughts?
Yep.
I don't know why the StreamYard thingy didn't work on their side.
I don't know.
That's weird. Anyway,
they both said that they went in, so just something else you'll have to get right before episode 100 comes around.
Hey, at least we got you live, and that we could hire. We could hear you. The desire is I'll never walk alone. There's another. I'll put that up for JT when he watches. Watches the replay. All right, man. Powerful one today again. Love it. Love the conversation today, and thank you for all of the comments here. This is amazing. Thank you for being here live and on the replay. And if you did like it, we'd appreciate a thumbs up or maybe a heart, just to let Facebook know that we're doing an okay job and that you want us here every Tuesday, talking about all this stuff. I think it's all important for us to understand what it is to communicate to your market so that you could sell your stuff. Any parting comments, Scott?
No, Joey, you summed it up quite eloquently.
Okay, thanks very much, man. By the way, the Facebook group is on the screen right now. If you'd love to join us there, we talk about this stuff. Scott is in there gracefully giving his input and his experience all the time, every single day. And we've got a great group of heart-centered people in there. We'd love to have you, if that's you, join us in the Facebook group, and we will see you next Tuesday.